Hello, and welcome to this hypnotherapy session for dealing with a gaslighter. This session is designed to help you become calmer, clearer, and more certain when dealing with people who distort, deny, or try to make you doubt what you know you experienced. Sometimes a difficult person doesn't argue with facts directly. They argue with your confidence in the facts. They may say that something didn't happen, that you're too sensitive, that you misunderstood, that you're always doing this, and that everyone else agrees with them. And when that happens often enough, a person can begin to feel as if the ground beneath them has become uncertain. But there is a part of you that knows the difference between confusion and clarity. There's a part of you that remembers timing, behaviour, and the feeling of the truth in your own body. And in this session, that part of you can become stronger, steadier, and more available. You don't have to become hard or aggressive. You can become calm, centered, and quietly certain, increasingly able to respond from your own grounded reality. And as you listen, you may begin to notice that someone else's denial doesn't erase your experience. Their certainty doesn't need to replace your own. And someone else's emotional pressure doesn't have to become your truth. And in a few moments you can begin to relax deeply while your unconscious mind learns how to hold your center, trust your perceptions, set clean inner boundaries, and remain steady around difficult people. And now you can begin to settle somewhere where you can rest undisturbed for a while. Take a few moments to become comfortable and allow this time to be entirely for you. And now take in a slow, comfortable breath. Hold it for a moment and then let it out. And as you rest here, listening to these words, aware of the surface supporting your body, your breath moving in and out. Perhaps you're already beginning to notice that the body can start to soften before the mind has finished thinking about letting go. In a moment, I'll ask you to relax your eyes so completely that the muscles around the eyes become loose, limp, and comfortably relaxed. And when you know those eyelids are so relaxed that they'd rather remain closed, you can just allow that relaxation to spread. So gently close your eyes now and relax every tiny muscle around the eyes. Smooth the forehead, soften the temples. Let the eyes rest and the body let go, as if you're floating in warm, dark comfort. And when you're sure your eyelids are so beautifully relaxed, keep that relaxation there and test them just enough to discover they'd rather stay closed. That's right. And stop testing and let that relaxation flow down through the face, through the jaw, into the neck and the shoulders. Take another long, slow breath in. And as you exhale, double that relaxation. Just allowing the body to understand the word deeper. Again, breathe in gently. And as you breathe out, double that comfort, double that relaxation, double that ease. And as I count down from 5 to 1, with each number you can let the body relax more completely. 5. Relaxing the scalp, the forehead and the face. 4. The shoulders dropping, the arms loosening, the hands laying at rest. 3. The chest, the stomach and the backs, releasing any unnecessary effort. 2. The hips, the thighs, the calves and the feet, all letting go. 1. The whole body resting. And now if thoughts drift through the mind, they can drift like clouds across a wide sky. There's no need to chase them. You can simply notice them passing while another part of you listens even more deeply. And that deeper part of your mind can now begin to open, to learn, and to receive new ideas that are useful just for you. And as you rest here, listening to my voice floating and relaxing, just imagine that you're standing at the beginning of a quiet pathway. Perhaps it's a pathway through a forest or on a beach, or somewhere entirely created by your own unconscious mind. And wherever it is, it has the feeling of safety, of privacy, and of calm. The air is clean here. The ground is steady. And as you begin to walk along this path, every step allows you to become more deeply settled within yourself. With every step, you can notice the muscles of your feet releasing. The legs relax more completely. And as you continue, each breath seems to place you more firmly inside your own body, inside your own mind, inside your own quiet truth. Ahead of you, there's a gentle staircase leading downwards. 10 wide, comfortable steps. And at the bottom, a place of deep inner clarity. 10, stepping down into calm. 9, deeper into comfort. 8, leaving behind any old noise. 7, letting the nervous system settle. 6, the body becoming heavier and the mind clearer. 5, halfway down now. And perhaps you notice that going deeper doesn't mean becoming less aware. It means becoming aware in a different way. 4, more inwards. 3, softer and steadier. 2, nearly there. And 1, stepping into a peaceful place within yourself. Just notice how steady this place is. Nothing here needs to defend itself. And as you rest in this place, you may begin to realize that your own inner truth can be like that. Quiet, present, stable. Just there. And the more you sense this place, the more deeply you can relax into the part of you that knows how to remain clear. And now just imagine somewhere in this calm inner space, there's a clear pane of glass standing before you. This glass is strong, clean, transparent and protective. You can see through it easily, yet nothing unwanted passes through. On one side of the glass is your inner world, your thoughts, your memories, your feelings, your values, your reality. On the other side may be the words, the reactions, the accusations, the denials and the distortions of another. And as you look at this glass, your unconscious mind can begin to understand that you can observe without absorbing, listen without surrendering, care without collapsing. And from now on, when someone tries to make their version of reality louder than your own knowing, some deep part of you can place this clear glass between their pressure and your center. Their words remain theirs, their emotions remain theirs. Your reality remains your reality. You may notice how good it feels to let that be true. Gaslighting works by rushing the mind, tangling the emotions and making everything feel urgent. But your mind is now learning a new response, to slow down inside, to feel the ground, to notice the facts, to trust the pattern. And you can say less while knowing more. A traveller once carried a lantern through a village at night. Some people said the lantern was too bright, some it was too dim, and some insisted there was no lantern at all. One person became angry and demanded that the traveller admit the road had always been dark. The traveller simply looked at the lantern in his own hand and smiled. He didn't need to argue darkness into admitting light exists. And your unconscious mind can remember that. You don't need to convince someone determined to misunderstand you. There's no need to win a debate in order to trust what happened. Another person's agreement isn't needed before you're allowed to believe in your own experience. Now imagine a recent or familiar situation where someone might twist your words, deny something, minimize your feeling, reverse blame, or pull you into defending yourself over and over. See that situation from a safe distance, as if you're watching it on a screen. And from this relaxed place, notice what you can notice now. Notice the pattern, the shift, the moment where confusion used to begin. Perhaps there was a tone, a phrase, a sudden accusation. That look, that laugh, that sigh. A way of making you feel responsible for their behaviour. And instead of being pulled into it, you can remain outside the scene, calm and observant. Your mind is learning that this is a pattern of behaviour, not a command. And you see yourself in that scene becoming calmer. Your breath slows, your shoulders relax, your eyes become steady. There's no scramble to prove yourself, you don't over-explain. You don't hand over your certainty in exchange for a temporary peace. You simply return to your center. And perhaps you hear yourself saying calmly within your own mind, I know what I experienced. I can stay clear. I can respond slowly. I can choose what deserves my energy. And just let those words sink deeper. There's a difference between doubt and careful thinking, between being open-minded and abandoning yourself. And from this moment forward, you can become better and better at sensing that difference. And you might discover that when someone tries to pull you into that circular conversation, your mind naturally becomes simpler. Simple words, simple truth, simple boundaries. You can let your answers become shorter, cleaner, steadier. I remember it differently. That's not how I experienced it. I'm willing to discuss this calmly, and we can return to this later. And even if you say nothing out loud, the inner posture changes. That old part of you that tried to win safety through explanation can relax now. It was trying to help you. It wanted fairness. It wanted resolution. It wanted the other person to finally understand. And you can thank that part because it worked hard for you. But now a wiser part can take over. A calm adult part. A part that knows some conversations become clearer with space. That people reveal themselves through repeated patterns. That some truths become easier to see when you stop wrestling with the fog. Just imagine now that you're standing in a field early in the morning. There's mist everywhere. At first, the mist makes shapes seem uncertain. A tree looks like a person, a fence looks like a wall. The path seems to disappear. You don't panic. You simply stand still, breathe and wait. And as the sun rises, the mist begins to thin. What was always there becomes visible. The tree is just a tree. The fence is just a fence. And the path is there in front of you. And you know the way forward. This is how clarity works. You don't have to force it. You let yourself become still enough for the fog to clear. And your unconscious mind can develop a powerful habit of pausing before accepting someone else's distortions. You can simply pause before reacting, breathe before answering, and remember what you know. And the more you practice this inwardly, the more automatic it becomes. Now imagine a future situation, perhaps a conversation, a family interaction, a relationship pattern. See yourself there, calm and grounded. Notice how you stand or sit. Notice your breathing, and notice the clear pane of glass between your center and their pressure. Their words come towards you, and only what's useful passes through. The rest falls away. Accusations, distortions, mockery, that false urgency and confusion all fall away. And what remains is information. You can use information, can notice behaviour, can recognize patterns. You make decisions from calm observation rather than emotional pressure. And isn't it interesting how much stronger you become when you stop trying to make an unreasonable person reasonable before you allow yourself to feel okay? You can feel okay first. You can belong to yourself first. And from this day forward, your inner world becomes more protected, more respected, more anchored. Your memory can be calm, your perception can be trusted, your body signals the truth. You cannot control how another person speaks, but you can influence how deeply it enters you. You can't control whether someone admits the truth, but you can control whether you abandon yourself waiting for that admission. And that freedom begins quietly. A breath, a pause, a private knowing, a refusal to argue with the fog, a return to the lantern in your hand. And just allow that image to become strong within you. You holding your lantern of truth, standing on steady ground, calm behind clear glass, able to see, able to know, able to choose. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a few moments you can begin returning to ordinary waking awareness, bringing back with you the calm certainty, the clear inner boundary, and the quiet strength your unconscious mind has developed today. But before you return fully, take one more moment in that calm inner place. Notice the steady ground beneath you, the clear glass protecting your center, and the lantern of your own perception. In a moment I'll count from 1 to 5, and with each number you can return more fully, feeling grounded, refreshed and clear. 1, beginning to bring awareness back to the body. 2, feeling the surface beneath you, your hands resting, the weight of your body. 3, taking a deeper breath now, allowing energy to return gently into the muscles, the hands and the feet. 4, becoming more alert, bringing back calm, confidence, clear thinking, and a sense of being more fully yourself. And 5, eyes open when you're ready, wide awake, present, refreshed and grounded. And from now on, whenever you notice someone trying to twist, deny, blame or confuse, you may naturally feel the urge to take one slow breath and return to yourself. This can become a signal to pause, to notice, to remember the clear glass, the steady ground, and the lantern of truth in your hand. And with each calm breath, your unconscious mind can help you choose words, silence, or action in the way that best protects your peace and respects your truth. You may find yourself becoming less available for confusion and more available for clarity, less pulled into circular conversations and more connected to your own quiet strength. Thank you for joining me on this journey today and taking this time to strengthen something important within yourself. Let the benefits continue to unfold naturally in the days ahead, in your thoughts, your body, your choices, and your voice. And you can return to this session whenever you wish to deepen that calm certainty even further. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.